Hello, everybody. It's been a while since I've been on my lives. I know someone told me yesterday, they were like, hey, where have you been? I miss your videos. So I definitely need to be on here. And it's about self-discipline. You know, there are really no excuses not to come on here. Now I could come up with a list of excuses why I didn't come on here, but reality is these videos don't take that long. Probably less than 5 minutes. Hi Jeff, how are you? Anyway, I know I haven't been on here a while, probably since Halloween, and I finished my costume and all that. I hate to talk about Halloween right now because it's kind of surpassed Halloween and we're kind of moving into a different holiday or season. Hey Gordon, how are you? But something fascinating kind of happened. Every year everyone knows I kind of go all out on Halloween, and so I noticed the last 2 years, well, it was like probably the last 5 years, because I have over about 300 trick-or-treaters. And so the kids really like it when I dress up and all that sort of thing. And so I've been like a Hawaiian girl here lately. Then it was like a scary Victorian ghost. Everybody liked that one. And then I was Marie Antoinette. And last year I was Cruella de Vil. And this year I was a Steampunk Princess. And so anyway, last year I actually got a client in my costume. I know, it's crazy. And this year something really happened, like extraordinary, with my steampunk costume. Everybody liked it, but yet then I was like, I'm in the steampunk tendencies group, and so I just kind of put my Halloween costume in there. And it was a Halloween costume. It's not like I'm a steampunk girl or anything. And so they loved it. I got like it was like 14 or 1500 likes on my costume. So it really opened the door up to things like the things I like that's what a lot of people kind of probably, everyone has special like interest in what they like to do. And so I kind of put it all together why I like steampunk. And so I think sometimes we try to fit in like in organizations that maybe we really don't feel like we belong in. And then there are other people that like greet us into like who we are. And that's why it's important we express who we truly are, because there is a plan. There is a plan for your life. And when we can connect the dots to our like creative talents and what we're about, you can see the plan and where you need to be, So it was like, by putting my steampunk, I've always liked steampunk, but by putting my picture in there, I really connected with people. I made new friends, and it opened ideas up for me. Like, I never thought about riding one of those old-fashioned bicycles. It's like, why do I love this certain era so much? Like Victorian eras. I love Victorian houses and all this stuff. And so I kind of just put it all together. But that's how we are, like, made up. And when we understand, like when we tap into our creative side and our talents and who we really are. Now, I'm not talking about who, and I wrote this in my book, to be your authentic self and not actually connect with who, be your authentic self, not the person your parents or your spouse wants to be, and don't just do it for money. What are your dreams? You know, it's like you've got to connect the dots, you know, and that's why I have the dots on here today. Because sometimes we don't realize why we like certain things. I mean, I kind of put it all together. It was like, and sometimes life is really a journey, and sometimes we say we got to go find ourselves and all that. I mean, you're constantly really fully always evolving. You're never the same. And I realized, I watched a Bob Proctor video about it, and it made me realize the universe is constantly moving, and so are we. And you know how I know this? When you look up in the sky, you see the clouds moving. You see the wind blowing. Everything is constantly moving. And so even you are moving and you don't realize it. Like your life is changing and you don't realize it every day. It's kind of like when you see somebody you haven't seen in a while, and it's like, you know, oh, you've lost so much weight. I told this girl the other day at the gym, I have not seen her in months. I'm like, where have you been? And she's like, she's been walking, but she's lost like 20 pounds, and I could really tell. But, you know, if I was her best friend in the whole wide world and I saw her every day, I probably wouldn't notice it as much. So anyway, my message for today is to analyze who, I don't want to say who you are, okay? Good morning, Ryan. But to analyze your talents and your like interest and all these beautiful things about you. And then sometimes we have to connect those things. You know, it's like, why do I like this particular era? Or why do I like this kind of building or whatever? Maybe there's an organization that you can like tap into that will bring out your true self, that will, you know, do that. So sometimes we're constantly evolving and we don't realize it. So by putting my picture in the steampunk thing and actually really designing my outfit, I mean, people think I like made it from like scratch and stuff. I took an old like muumuu dress I had in my closet, because I never try to use good lace for a Halloween costume. But I took like 3 dresses that I already had, and I found this old dress I got in the Bahamas that had gorgeous lace to it. And I put that on my Halloween costume. I didn't buy it. Well, I did, but, you know. And then I took leftover lace I had from my Marie Antoinette costume, and I just kind of put it together and just made my own thing and sewed my keys on my sleeves and all that. So, but I want everyone to actually search within and kind of see, what are your talents? What are your interests? And really tap into how you can connect the dots. Because when you're just showing up for money, and you're showing up for your cubicle or whatever you have to show up for, you're showing up for someone else's dream, okay? And you're not really tapping into who you are and what you're designed to be. And sometimes by doing that, it's going to take courage and failure. People don't like to fail. I mean, they don't. But it depends if you want to be your true self, because I guarantee at the very end of your true self, there's prosperity. It just doesn't look like it. So it was kind of funny, but I made a whole bunch of new friends. I mean, I really did. And people that like you just feel like they're your best friends in the whole wide world and you just met them. It's weird. But it's like, you know, you can connect with people like that where you don't have to spend all this time in therapy to get along with somebody. I mean, let's face it, you know, there are people in therapy and marriage counseling and they're just not connecting naturally because they're not meshing together. They have no interest together. You know, why waste all that time and energy on something you're not? Okay? You're special the way you are. You really are. And so, you know, we have to realize that just because someone else doesn't like us doesn't mean someone else doesn't love us. Okay? Just because, like, you feel like you don't fit in, like, in your job environment, maybe it's just not for you. It's okay to say, this isn't for me, and this might be. So anyway, I didn't think by just having or making my Halloween costume this year was going to open the door for so many things. And it really did. And so I guess I always loved Halloween. But one of the reasons why I haven't been doing my videos is because my mother passed away around Halloween like 2 years ago. And so it's still been hard. It's been hard. But anyway, you guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.